10 of the most bizarre animal sex rituals you never imagined. Do you want to know about the most interesting sex rituals in animals? Well, this video will tell all. If not yet, subscribe and get ready for more weird animal facts like these. Number 1. Antechinus. The males of this animal live in trees. They do something called semiparity. That means they only reproduce once and then die. For most of their life, a male Antechinus will stay away from females and be celibate. But for the last month of his life, he will mate with many females for hours each day until his fur falls out, his immune system stops working, and he gets gangrene, which causes him to die. Scientists don't know why this happens, but it is probably because males want to make sure that enough Antechinus babies are born before they die so that there's still some around even if they die soon afterward. If you're a man, you might find this interesting. How would it be to have a lot of women in the last weeks of your life? What do you think about that? Comment below. Number 2. Bees. For bees, sex is a big deal. A typical bee colony has a queen, thousands of sterile female worker bees who keep the pollination and honey operations running, and hundreds of male drones who have no purpose in life but to pursue their queen. We mean literally pursue. The drones all chase the queen in flight until each one gets a turn to mount her. The process looks something like an assembly line. And once a drone finishes, the tip of his penis explodes, he falls to the ground and slowly dies. Number 3. Bonobos. Bonobos have sex and it is very exciting, and they do different things. Bonobos can be dominant, which means that females can control males. Females may even rip the penis off of a male bonobo. Bonobos also try new things, like different positions. Females may even touch each other in a special way called bonobo tribadism. Males will sometimes fight with their penises, too. Scientists think this is because bonobos want to release energy from fighting or because they are excited about sex. The bonobos also try different positions when they have sex, which can be helpful if you want to try them out or just need to let off some steam before or after fighting. It might help you relax before or after fighting with your friends too. Number 4. Dolphins. Dolphins, animals that live in the water, have interesting sex lives. Some of them are famous for having sex in many positions. They spend a lot of time on foreplay and sometimes do other things with each other, like rubbing their beaks or flippers against each other's genitals to make themselves feel good. Sometimes dolphins are sexually attracted to other animals, even humans. This means that when you see a dolphin in a zoo, make sure you don't give them the wrong idea. Number 5. Short-beaked echidna. Echidnas are mammals that lay eggs. Sometimes 12 males will line up to try to mate with the same female. They will try to get the attention of the female, but also work against each other. This process may go on for a month or more before it is completed. Echidna males have a penis that has 4 heads. 2 out of the 4 heads are used at one time, and they can alternate them between uses if needed, which might help echidna sperm survive better than other types of sperm in this type of situation. Animals that can't or won't have sex are on the other end of the spectrum. Some animals reproduce without having sex, and others don't even have it. Here are 5 of them. Number 1. Giant prickly stick insects. These Australian insects not need to have sex to give birth to their babies. If a female animal has sex with a male, the baby is different from her. But if she doesn't have sex with one, the baby is like her. There's a cost. Children who are born from having no father can get inbred over time because there's no new genetic material coming in. Number 2. Sharks. Some sharks can also reproduce through parthenogenesis. This is a way they can make babies without a mate. We know this because we have seen it happen in captivity when there were no males around. Biologists think that it is something the shark does when there are no other mates around. Other animals, like Komodo dragons and turkeys that live with people, can do this too. Which is amazing, right? Big kudos to male sharks. You guys can live free. Number 3. Whiptail lizards. Prickly stick insects and sharks have a choice. Whiptail lizards only have females, so they use parthenogenesis to reproduce. These green-spotted inhabitants of northern Mexico and the southwestern US give birth to other female lizards, and so on and so forth. Scientists think that whiptail lizards are able to avoid the inbreeding problem because they carry an extra set of chromosomes. Number 4. Timema. There is a type of stick insect that lives mostly in California. They have evolved even more to avoid sex. Several species of Timema reproduce asexually, and only asexually. This isn't just something modern, they've been doing this for millennia. It has been shown that one species of Timema hasn't had sex for 1.5 million years, since the time when Homo erectus walked the earth. Number 5. Belloid rotifers. These microscopic creatures that look like leeches live in wet places like ponds or soil. They can also survive really high levels of radiation and haven't had sex for 40 million years. This means they are able to multiply and start a whole population by themselves, so some biologists think they could carry on human spacecraft and travel to other planets. Now we come to the end of today's video. What do you think? Whose lives may be better with or without sex? Comment below. Like the video if you appreciate today's content.